This is the F1 podcast with Adam and Luke.
As we talk everything Formula One motor racing.
G'day and welcome to Effing One Podcast. It's Australia's only dedicated Formula One podcast as we preview Yas Marina Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The jewel in the desert, Abu Dhabi, the second biggest city in the United Arab Emirates. Bit of a history lesson for you here. After Dubai, Abu is the Arabic word for father. Dhabi, the Arabic word for gazelle. A place that gazelles used to roam in abundance.
And before
they spontaneously combusted due to the heat. Coming into prominence with the pearl industry, it now has 10% of the world's oil, 5% of the world's natural gas. A super rich, carbon unfriendly place that you'll forget the name of in 20 years when all the renewable energy is all solar. But let's enjoy this piping hot hellhole while it's still relevant, because it's an F1 town this weekend, baby. F1! The Drivers' and Constructors' Championship is decided. Mercedes-Benz adding another trophy to the cabinet. But there are still so many questions that need answering in this final race of the 2018 season. The penultimate F1 podcast, Luke.
It's been a good year.
It's been a great year. To answer questions, the man to my right, a man who survived a grueling 6 months in a sweaty, stinky, overpopulated United Arab Emirates jail. I'll set the scene for you. It's Abu Dhabi, November 1st, 2009, in his hotel room. There was a police raid while he was watching the podium celebrations of the 2009 Abu Dhabi GP. Mark Webber getting second place. The crime he was sentenced for? Inappropriate touching of one's own person, according to Sharia law. Or as Luke described it in his trial, in his defence, just my normal post-F1 race wind-down.
If you can think of a better way to wind down, I'd like to hear it.
It helps you relax. Imagine being arrested for enjoying your favourite hobby. It's just so unfair. Such a... No. I mean, like watching F1.
Yes.
Yeah, not...
I don't know what else you're thinking about.
Yeah.
It's my time. Do what I want.
Luke, salam alaikum, my friend.
G'day, mate.
Any memories of that 6 months in the Emirates prison? Any fond... Anything you can reflect back on?
Looking back...
How was the food?
Food was good. Yeah.
Tagine? Couscous?
A lot of tagine.
Yep.
Every Grand Prix I got to have a pizza.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's nice.
So I kept that tradition.
Yeah.
Every time there's a Formula One race, I'll eat pizza. Good times.
Was it topped with... you probably wouldn't get much topping on it. I mean, you're probably lucky if a cockroach wandered on top of it while it was being grilled.
It was flatbread, really. I called it a pizza. It was hot.
Very hot.
I was sweaty. I had sand in places I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, it's very sandy.
Yeah. You couldn't walk around too much. But, oh well.
Good times.
When you get caught doing what you do post-race, Mark Webber, come on.
Yeah.
That was a good race too.
Good race.
Held off Jensen Button at the end.
Sure did.
The world champion.
Sebastian Vettel first.
Yep.
I'm not surprised you were so excited with your pants down by your ankles.
I mean, when you get that excited, you got to do something about it.
Exactly. Now what do I do? I've been jumping and high-fiving everybody. Now what am I supposed to do now?
What's the difference between light and hard? You can sleep with a light on, so you can't sleep with a hard on.
Correct.
So
I feel like this has taken a turn for the worst, this podcast.
Already.
Welcome, Luke. Good to see you. Last Grand Prix. It's gonna be a fun one, although there's nothing on the line. There's no championship, there's no Constructors' Championship, no Drivers' Championship.
I hope the top 6 drivers all take engine penalties and go spastic for the day.
Like we said before in the previous podcast, in the Brazil wrap-up, start the best drivers from the back. Let them just rip through the field.
Yep.
That's exciting.
Change everything.
And it throws in variabilities. It throws in, might accidentally crash into a back marker.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Genius.
They should do it.
Making F1 great again. We've got some more suggestions.
We're the ideas man.
Aren't we? That's what this podcast does.
You know who makes F1 great again?
This podcast.
This podcast.
Sure does. The track, Luke. Who does it favour? What machinery would be preparing itself for a top podium step this weekend?
The Williams.
Mercedes. Williams. Yes. Finally. Oh, not too soon either.
No, not at all. They're going to peak. They've brought a massive upgrade. And
the Polish upgrade.
They expect to.
We're going to be talking about the Polish upgrade.
We will be talking about the Polish upgrade. It's very exciting news.
Very exciting. I can hardly contain myself.
I mean, for everyone else, it happened today. He got announced. But
no. Not if you listen to our last podcast. It didn't.
That's right.
We broke the news last week.
We did.
A week ago.
Yep.
Because you have inside info. You know people.
I've got my ear to the ground.
And we received a facsimile from Williams headquarters, because that's the latest technology Williams can afford.
Written in crayon. And you were the first to break the news that the poll, are you going to announce it? Are you saying the words? We announced it.
We already announced
That's
it.
last week's news. But confirmation from Claire Williams today, this morning, Abu Dhabi time, Robert Kubica, whatever his name is, we're going to call him UR or Bobby K.
The big K.
Will be driving for Williams next year. He's had 8 seasons without a full-time race drive, and he'll be back, and I am so happy.
Just the best story. Formula One, after losing Alonso, what a great replacement that's going to be. What a wonderful story to have a guy that had such a horrible crash, basically has his preferred right arm unusable. He's right-handed. Can't use that arm. He's driving with one arm.
One.
He's unpreferred arm. And he's going to be driving a Formula One car.
Yep.
And just a great story. Was signed up for Ferrari, had the accident. He's been in the wilderness, been working so hard to get back to Formula One. Now he's back.
Yep. Well, he had one more season with Renault, and then he signed a pre-contract with Ferrari to join Fernando Alonso. And the accident happened in February, driving a rally car in his own spare time. He was hesitant about driving and was actually going to pull out of it, but some sponsors and some people pulled some strings to make it happen, so he wanted to honour them. And unfortunately what happened, and for a long time Robert has been recovering and preparing himself. He's had over 20 surgeries on his hand to try and get something out of it. But when he was driving initially, some of his engineers said to him, why don't you seem to only use a few fingers when you're going through this corner, because they're looking at onboards. And he said, well, I don't need to grip it you need to finesse the car sometimes. And he said, you've got full horsepower of the engine, but you're not going to use it on every corner. There's going to be times when you'll be lifting your foot off the throttle. And he made that example. He was like, you're not always driving with your fingers wrapped around it tightly. Sometimes you're just going to be feathering it. It'll be interesting when it comes to wet weather racing, like when you need to do
a bit more control on the steering wheel,
quick changes, correcting. It'll be quite interesting to see how he goes. But the man says he's ready, and when Kubica says he's ready, if anyone's listened to the podcast that Tom Clarkson did with him on Beyond the Grid, the official Formula One podcast, Beyond the Grid, I think he did it early in the season. It was a very interesting insight, and after listening to that, I'm like, yeah, this guy's ready. We just need to get him a seat. And thankfully, people have stepped up, and this man is in a full-time gig.
So what was it that made Williams do it? Because there was a lot of talk about 2 Russian drivers sitting in a Williams car next year, because they came with a lot of cash, a lot of Putin money, baby, a lot of walking around Russian money.
Yeah.
So rubles, man, the rubles.
A lot of rubles.
So what happens to take Kubica on with less money? I mean, he does come with a certain amount of money, some Polish backing. I mean, it's a fantastic story. For nothing else, PR reasons would be a big plus if I was sitting in Claire Williams' spot.
I have no doubt Williams will get more sponsors from this announcement, because even if it's pre-season, he's going to have a lot of photos taken of him. He will have a lot of media following his comeback. It's one of, Alex Zanardi driving a tin-top car in BMWs and something like when he lost both his legs, but he hasn't been racing full-time in an Indy car when he had his accident, or a Champ car when he had his accident. He's done phenomenal things with the Paralympics, and winning gold medals and breaking world records. But in terms of getting, like, for Robert to get back to the pinnacle of Formula One is a massive thing.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And it's such a great story.
There was a lot of pull from certain media organisations who are fucking boring, who says, don't give Kubica a drive, give it to a young kid, we need to look to the future. Fuck that. There is so many young kids we're still in their nappies that are getting in F1 cars.
Correct.
And we will have a lot of young drivers in there next year.
Yep.
Probably more than what we've had in the past. Like, we have a lot of GP2 and Formula 2 champions that are in there. We're losing Stoffel Van Dorn next year, but we're losing Alonso.
And Kubica comes with personality. He is a personality. Don't put any Russians in there. God, they're as boring as beige. They're boring. They've got no personality. They can't talk. Kubica's fun. He's a fun dude.
He's
like Count Dracula. He talks like this. God, Dracula.
Actually, myself and producer Pete, we used to call him Blur.
Blur. I've come to Dracula. But he's interesting.
He is.
And what a story he now comes with.
Yeah.
What a good, feel-good story that he's got. And that's what Formula One needs. We've got, like you said, tons of young kids, 17, 18-year-old, 19-year-olds. No one really cares. They're they're just kids.
Yeah.
Let's just get some fun characters in there. Like Dan Ricciardo.
Yeah.
There's a personality that he is carrying Formula One. He is carrying the bloody thing. Okay, I might be overstating that slightly.
Not at all. But you look at guys like Ocon, Verstappen, Leclerc, Giovinazzi. Then you've got George Russell, Lando Norris. These guys are all young drivers. Even still, Carlos Sainz is quite young. There's a lot of youth in Formula One, and
agreed.
I'm very, very happy that Kubica's come back. I like Kubica when he was there the first time, and it's such a great story that he's coming back, and I'm very, very happy. And we'll probably have a Robert segment next year.
I think we should dress up as Robert Kubica at least once in next year's season. Or do a tribute to him somehow. Fantastic news. So we've got a huge podcast coming up.
I've created a little song.
Have you?
It's very little.
For Kubica?
Yeah. We could turn it into a chant.
Okay.
Ooh, Kubica, driver of a Williams car. There you go, that's it.
Yeah, it's great. I feel like you didn't put that much effort into it, though. Did you think about it for long?
I thought about it while I was on the toilet.
Yep. That's what it sounds like.
That's as far as it's going.
It sounds like something you get arrested for in Abu Dhabi.
If you get, a few thousand people chanting at the same time, it has more gravitas.
That's true. If you had a Mexican wave and you were chanting that would be spectacular.
The main straight at Melbourne, if they all just go, ooh, Kubica, driver of a Williams car.
Nice. Yeah.
Look at them. They're all standing up.
All right, well, let's
say... It sounds weak with one person.
It does.
You didn't even chime in. Thanks.
No, I still don't. I'm not familiar with the words. You need to write them down.
It's tough to get in.
Tough lyrics. We need to rehearse it.
I don't know how you're going to remember this.
We need to rehearse it and get some mates, because it doesn't take like 33 people to start a Mexican wave. There's a particular number. They've done science on it. There's a certain number in a stadium. It's like in the 30s.
What if I just record it once and then overlap
33 of our mates.
33 times.
Yeah. Do we know 33 people?
No.
But we can hire people.
No, we don't have the money.
This budget?
We sold the table.
Yeah.
Our normal podcasting table is not here.
True.
Producer Pete pawned it for
he
his cockfighting addiction.
Yep, at the bloody cockfights again.
And so we don't have a table.
Unbelievable. Anyway, but we do have a great podcast coming up.
We do.
Oh, it's tantalising, Luke. Check this out. It's sandy, but it's a tasty halal sandwich, this one. We've got Kimi Räikkönen. We're going to check in with him. The porthole is opening up. We're going to find out what Kimi's doing right now. This moment in time, this space in time, we'll find out what Kimi's up to. We've also got the unluckiest, the nicest driver in F1. No, that's not Dan the personality, Ricardo. The nicest, the unluckiest, the funnest. It is, in fact, the untalented Australasian, the Kiwi driver Brendon Hartley. We're going to catch up with him. Some very big names on this very own Aussie podcast right here.
He is a Le Mans champion.
Correct.
And a World Endurance 2-time champion.
No one cares. We've also got some great ideas to make F1 great again. We're going to chuck around some sweet ideas because we're always trying to improve it. This year has been a pretty good season for F1, though. Look, but don't ask Alonso. He won't say it's been a great season
Oh, no.
for F1.
Poor fella.
For him, it's in the 90s, early 2000s.
We'll do a tribute to Alonso in the final podcast.
Yeah. It's a good idea. We're also going to ask the question, what should Max Verstappen be doing for community service? We'll throw the question open to you, Luke, because he's not done it yet, but that's just a matter of time after that little poke fest with Ocon, the little slappy slap. Pushy shove. F1's version of cage fighting.
Handbags at 12 paces.
Yeah, it was full on for an F1 fight.
Oh, yeah. There wasn't any stupid kicking like Nelson Piquet back in the 80s.
That's a shame. That's what we could make. That would definitely make F1 great again.
Kick a driver.
Kick a driver.
Yeah.
Just line them up.
If anyone takes you out of a race, you have permission. You have like a
15-second window to do whatever you want.
I'll give them a minute. Because they've got to get out of the car.
Yeah.
Get out. Go over and just
rush over.
Slap him.
Yep.
Kick him.
They have to just stand there and take it.
Yeah.
And then they've got 15 seconds to retaliate.
Yeah. That's great.
That's brilliant.
See, we're already making F1 great again.
God,
it's like a what's that thing you get when you
Play-Doh. I was watching your hands. It looked like you were moulding something.
Play-Doh. Yes, you get out of the car and you get some Play-Doh.
There we go. Okay, so after the crash, they get out of the car. They've both got Play-Doh.
That's like hall pass. Like you get a hall pass. You're allowed to hit him.
Yeah, right. No, we've moved on from that idea. You just shut down my Play-Doh idea. So, okay, you've got a tub of Play-Doh in each cockpit. They have to do the fanciest animal in 20 seconds. And it's like rather than fighting, they have got to construct something.
So it's like a dance-off.
It's a dance-off with Play-Doh.
But with Play-Doh. And then whoever has the shittest one gets a penalty for the next race.
Yeah, it has to be community service.
You know what? You got something there.
It's pretty good.
Pile of shit, but you've got something.
Oh, it's something. It's definitely something, Luke. And as always, Luke, as is tradition at F1 Podcast, we have to wear the traditional native costumes of the featured race. Luke,
this will be pretty simple,
you
won't
are
it?
decked out beautifully. By the way, love the new apartment, Luke.
Glad you like it.
And the new sofa. We're actually just reclined back here, very relaxed.
No table. Thanks, Pete.
No, we're just holding the mics today. We're just laying back. It feels very chilled out. Got the shisha. We've got some baklava. And we've got some double apple iced tea.
I hate single apple iced tea.
No, it's not strong enough.
No.
But very chilled out, very relaxed. Just need some special herbs in that shisha. Get that fight. Producer Pete, maybe. Hey, Producer Pete.
He smoked it all.
Producer Pete.
He can't stop giggling.
Do we have any special herbs? Yeah, look at his face. He's got the munchies as well. Look at him. He's good. Oh,
he's looking at us, but he's not looking at us.
He's just glazed.
Straight through us.
Glazed over. We'll have some of that soon. Thanks, Producer Pete. So, yes, we are dressed in the featured costumes of the Abu Dhabi area. You are dressed as Lawrence of Arabia.
Okay.
Very nice.
How's that different from everyone else in Arabia?
Basically, you look like you're an Arabian. Flowing outfit, very comfy. And yes, Luke, I see you giving me some weird looks to the left, some weird up and downs. I am dressed as a very classy erotic belly dancer.
Again with the female outfit.
You could call me a desert lady of pleasure.
What I'm saying is not a pleasure.
It doesn't feel very comfy. I'm going to be honest.
You've got a lot of belly to dance with.
It's all overhang. You basically can't see.
It's mesmerising.
You can't see anything else, but it's just belly.
Yeah.
And I really should have waxed or shaved or.
No. You're keeping it au naturel, just like the women over there.
That's true. Have you ever seen sideburns like that? That's ridiculous. Thanks a lot, Producer Pete. Always giving me the crappy costumes to wear.
Yeah, I actually found your notebook that you gave to Producer Pete on what outfits you wanted him to make. So Don't blame him. He's lost us a lot of money, but you can't blame him.
It wasn't my number one, all right? It was in my top 3. All right?
All 3 were female.
This is the dedication we have here at F1 Podcast. Just the things that we do, that we wear, which is weird for a podcast that you can't actually see us, but that's the sort of dedication that it takes.
In the off-season, I'll actually show everyone our photos, because we took photos of us in these outfits throughout the year.
Yeah.
And I'll take photos and I'll share them in the off-season just so you all can really take in the
full gravity.
The pleasure
The
of the pleasure lady to my left.
The full shocking outfit that I'm currently sitting in.
Yep.
Anyway,
Please,
thanks.
just cross your legs a bit.
I'm trying, but nothing seems to be sitting right. Can we quickly look at the tipping championship between you and I? And look at some predictions for
Do we have to?
For the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We have an ongoing battle, of course. Being armchair experts, we've been tipping who we think would be winning. Well, would be beating their teammate. It's teammate wars, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tipping championship between you and I.
Yep. And I believe you did peg me back a little bit in the previous race. What was was it 4 that I was up?
Yeah, I think I got you back down to 4.
Down to
or
4
6.
or 6. One of the two.
One of those.
One of those numbers.
I was losing, and then I sort of threw some Hail Marys in the previous race. And
how did that go for you?
not good.
Okay, so what am I sitting on now? Am I still in the lead?
Yes,
Sounds like
you
I am.
are. You are in the lead. I don't want to tell
With
you.
only one race to go.
One race to go. You have 12 points
No way.
over me.
Are you kidding me?
Do I look like I'm kidding?
Oh, dude, that's impossible to come back from that.
Yeah, you'll
surely.
see. You'll see.
That's impossible. I've got the world championship. I'm Mercedes-Benz of
No,
tipping right now.
you are not.
Yes, I am.
You are mathematically in with a chance of losing.
Well,
and I am in a very improbable position.
Yeah, it is possible because we have double tip. I mean, there's a tip for the qualification and then the race. So hypothetically, you can still win this. Seems unlikely if I just go favourites.
So we're going to go back to all the
I'll just go favourites, thanks.
favourites.
Yep.
Who are they though?
Oh, tricky.
So Mercedes, we're gonna use their original nicknames.
Huh?
We're going with
the drivers.
what we started with. We're going with their initial.
I've forgotten
nicknames.
half of them. You have to remind me.
So we're going with the douche canoe.
Which is Lewis Hamilton. I'll go the douche canoe.
You'll go with the douche
He's
canoe.
been less douchey this year.
Yeah, he had his moments of doucheness.
When he's winning, he's nice. It's just when he loses, the douche comes out. The canoe.
I'm going with the other Finn.
Yep. Bottas.
Yep.
Good.
Ferrari. Are you going with last lap or the finger boy?
I'm going to go with finger boy Vettel, please.
No surprises there. Taking such a risk.
Yep.
I'm going with last lap.
Oh, Kimi. Nothing
Kimi
to lose.
Räikkönen.
Nothing to lose.
Red Bull Racing. Mad Max or Daniel the Personality Ricciardo?
Wow. I mean, Dan's most likely going to have to take a penalty of some sort again, and he's got, the second-hand floor crap, reject stuff that Verstappen doesn't want anymore in his car. But I'm going to go with Dan.
Ooh.
Dan the Personality. It's his last race for Red Bull, and he would love to be on that podium, and I'm tipping a podium for Dan the Personality.
I'm going to go something different.
And Verstappen to headbutt somebody.
I'm going to
Extra
go
point.
Mad Max to... I have to, really.
You just got to go opposite, don't you? Our qualify and...
You know what? No, I'm going to go Ricciardo. I can't bet against him.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
I know you kind of giving me one there.
It's a no-brainer, considering Red Bull is just deliberately making him lose.
All right.
And my theory's been correct.
Mad Max.
Since he signed...
You're in my tips.
You do
I
realise
hope
that.
it doesn't work.
Okay. Next.
Next, we have Renault.
Hulkenberg.
You've got Hulk Honey
Hulk Honey, please, for me.
or I Wish I Was Max.
Hulk Honey. Was that his name?
You've forgotten
I
how
wish I
good
was
these
Max.
are. Yeah, because Max got the Red Bull Racing drive.
Yeah, I forgot that was
And he didn't.
his nickname we came up
So
with.
I'm going
It's
with
genius.
Wish I Was Max.
Yep.
Haas holes. We're going with Grosjean on or Suck My Balls.
I'm going to go for Suck My Balls. for all our Danish friends listening to this podcast, of which there would be plenty, very popular in
It would be if they listened.
in Denmark.
It'd be very, very popular.
In the Scandinavia, I'm including Sweden.
Oh, yes.
In that
yes, of course. That's
Scandinavian region.
Yeah. Hi, Sweden.
Hi, Sweden. Very, very popular.
Haas, I'm going to go with Grosjean on because it's the opposite of what you're doing.
Yep. Fair enough.
Force India. You're going with
The Tussler?
Tijuana Tussler.
Mm.
What do we call Econ?
Pepe Le Pew?
Do we call him Pepe Le Pew?
I think we called him Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew?
Or was that the other Frenchman?
No. It must have been
It was
Ocon.
Pepe Le Pew.
I was thinking French stick because I called him that later in the season. But
You did. You changed it up. I'm going to go Pepe Le Pew. I'm going to go Ocon.
you're going with Ocon.
Good driver.
I'm going to go with
Do we know where Ocon's going to be driving
the
next year?
Tijuana Tussler. He will be a reserve driver and test driver
That's right.
for Force India and Mercedes.
And Mercedes. 2 garages just
Double
jumping
duty.
around. Yeah, why not?
I wonder if he'll take any technology over to Force India. Because they've got this thing on the Merc we should probably have a crack at.
Yeah.
I would if I was him.
Damn right.
Williams. Sergei Sorokin, which we call the
Last lap now, isn't it? Literally last
the
race.
missile.
Yeah.
Is it the missile? Rusky.
The
that's
Rusky.
it. Rusky and Daddy's
boy. Stroll.
Richie
Is it
Rich.
Richie Rich.
Richie Rich.
Let's go the Rusky. It's his last race in Formula One.
Yeah.
Poor old Rusky. Be no Ruskies next year. Oh no, that's not true. Kvyat's back.
Yeah.
Kvyat's back for Toro Rosso. 3rd time lucky.
Yep.
Why not? Good luck.
So you're going with Sorokin, the Rusky.
Yep.
I will also go with Sorokin.
Oh God, you need to do something different.
I'm not going to... I've done everything else different.
Okay.
And if they all work, I win. And this one, I think you just go with whatever you're going. It's Williams. Next up, Toro Rosso.
Toro Rosso. What do we call?
There's a Kiwi kid.
What do we call? Oh, the Gas Man. And Kiwi Kid. That's right. I'll go. Oh, look, it's Kiwi Kid's last run out there, isn't it? As well, before he starts cleaning out shitters next year. But when he goes back to Auckland, wherever he's from, let's go.
He's a Napier boy, I think.
Is he? Let's go for our Trans-Tasman friends, our cousins.
Ooh.
Let's go Hartley. Let's go the Kiwi Kid.
Kiwi kid.
He deserves some luck. He's had a rotten shithole of a season so far.
And do you predict he'll be at Toro Rosso next year?
Who do I predict? Not Hartley. He's been given his marching orders, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah. Come in facsimile. Not a little bit earlier on.
It's an Adam exclusive.
Yeah. You've got your connections, I got mine. And I don't know who's going to be... the Toro Rosso driver. I have no idea. And a lot of names been thrown around, but...
Alexander Albon.
I don't think so.
Dan Ticktum won the F3 race in Macau.
I don't know.
Which not many people know that he won it because they're all focused on
The huge crash.
the massive crash by Sophia
That's
Flores.
frightening. We watched that replay earlier. That's an amazing crash.
Wonder what would have happened if there was a halo there. Wonder if it would have changed her trajectory because it would have been a solid object she would have hit that may have spun her car in a different trajectory.
Yeah. And just amazing no one died from that. That's just the amount of speed that she had and then just hit the sausage curb and then
I haven't seen a
fly.
German missile like that since 1945.
Yeah, I agree. It was crazy.
Sauber.
What are their nicknames? I can't remember.
The stay-at-home Viking.
Stay-at-home Viking.
And the
For us-
clerk.
and that's
General Admin.
Look,
I'd call him Chuck now.
Well, General Admin is going to be stepping up to Ferrari. Poor old stay-at-home Viking. Is he going to Indy?
He's going to Indy.
He's going to Indy, isn't he?
He's
So-
still a reserve driver, though, for Sauber.
Okay, I'm going to go for... I am the stay-at-home Viking, Marcus Ericsson. This may be my last Grand Prix, but I will be back. Wow,
So
that's Marcus.
Marcus Ericsson.
That's Marcus Ericsson, thank you. Yep.
Good. I will go with Chuck or general admin, as we've called him.
It's clever. See, I feel I can go for...
So there's only one thing that I copied you on, and that was Williams, because I don't trust Stroll.
Good luck.
Oh, actually, we forgot one team.
Oh.
McLaren.
McLaren!
You going to go with the Fonz, or are you going to go with Waffle?
Oh, look, I've got such a massive lead. I'm just going to go for Waffle. It's his last race in F1 as well. I'm going all the outsiders.
Oh, not really.
I could be playing it safe, Luke, but I want to give you a fighting chance because you've been rubbish this year in tipping.
What's the you're getting reclined?
This is very comfy, this sofa.
You don't mind it.
I'm fully horizontal.
I will go with the Fonz.
Yes, the Fonzarelli. You got a chance
His
to
final Grand Prix.
bring it back.
So many highlights that man has brought us.
I'm going to turn towards you because I feel like I can't. Now I need to see you a bit more better. Yeah, there we go. F1 news, Luke. We've already touched on the big one. Robert Kubica back.
He's back
in Formula One.
It's exciting.
So exciting. And every other bit of news seems to pale into comparison.
So exciting, I might get arrested in Abu Dhabi.
Again, part 2. Another 6 months in a Abu Dhabi prison.
It's good.
Good food though.
Oh yeah,
Good.
Lost a lot of weight.
Good couscous. Yeah, don't touch the lamb though. It's been out in the flies and it's just not healthy.
Yeah, I'll take my chances.
Yeah.
Once you get an immunity to that bacteria, you should be fine.
Yeah, and you did look great when you came back.
Oh, slimmer of the month.
On the downside, you were mistreated badly. You almost died. On the upside, you lost an easy 10 kilos.
You almost died, but
Yeah.
not so bad.
So lesson learnt.
Yep.
No, don't fondle one's person.
Just don't get caught.
Under Sharia law.
Don't get caught doing it.
Any more news? F1 news?
There's no real news. I think there's a lot of people speculating like we do, because that's all we do. We're pro speculators.
Yeah.
Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
There's literally no fact to anything that we say in this podcast. It's basically just speculation. And a facsimile machine in the corner.
Yeah. Which has only been used once.
Just once.
Thanks, Williams. I didn't even know they had our number.
Claire Williams, thank you.
Smashed it in.
Yep.
There's no real news because every championship's wrapped up. It's a final race. I think Daniel's really looking forward to putting in a good show for Red Bull. You look at Mercedes. I hope they throw a new engine in the back of Lewis's car. Let him have a fight. They are considering it. What else? There's, it's Fernando Alonso's last race.
Big.
Stoffel Van Dorn's last race.
He's got different livery on his car just for this one race.
He's changed they've done a bit of an homage.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do one for Stoffel.
Surprising.
No.
Yeah.
They could just put like a Belgian flag on the back. They don't have a sponsor on that fucking car, so they could put anything
There's
there.
so much room on that.
Yeah. We have more sponsors than they do.
That's
we
true.
can't name them for legal reasons.
Yeah.
A lot of our sponsors aren't allowed to be broadcast.
No, that's so true. But that's the way they like it.
But geez, these Marlboros go down a treat. New Marlboro chewables.
So refreshing.
Great for the kids. Now with vitamin C.
If your kids are coughing with asthma, there's only one way to cure that thing. Here, son. Here, little Johnny. Have a Marlboro.
Have a Marlboro chewable. It won't affect your lungs.
Yeah. That's why we don't, we don't publicise it.
Yeah, and we've got Johnny the Crack.
Johnny the Crack. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got
He's
crack.
our local drug dealer.
Yes.
He said, just give us a shout out on the podcast. It'll increase the
corner
corner
sales.
The foot traffic in front of the building.
But if you are looking for a great bag of crack, go see Johnny on the corner of 7th and Thompson. But we also can't mention him.
No. For legal reasons.
So for legal reasons, we can't mention that.
If we don't
sponsor.
cut that out, producer Pete screwed up.
Yeah.
But you're welcome. Do we have any other sponsors?
I don't think we do. But you know what it's time for?
I thought you were about to say, some more Marlboro chewables.
This delicious uranium that goes down a treat. Australian
Jeez,
uranium.
my teeth are white thanks to this uranium.
Wow, it's so cleansing.
I glow in the dark. Who needs a glow-in-the-dark condom when everything glows in the dark? Thanks, uranium.
Matter of fact, I've got one now. That is refreshing.
Ooh.
I can see my insides through my shirt.
You're an X-ray.
I'm an X-ray. It's time for Finding a Job with Brendon. As we take a look at the unluckiest driver in Formula One, Brendon Hartley. What a horrible year he's had. Oh, disappointing.
He's had some highlights. Can you remember them?
Nope.
No,
not one.
I.
Not one.
But I do like his smile.
He was fast last race, but Gasly, his teammate, refused to move over and take team orders for him.
Great team orders. That's going to go down well when he goes to Red Bull. And
he'll need to be doing that.
Yeah, you need to move over.
Yeah.
Verstappen's quicker.
Verstappen's behind you.
Verstappen will just go down the inside and hit him and
take a wing off.
Yeah.
Cause a huge accident.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So Verstappen.
Double move.
Love it. That's why he'll never be a world champion.
That's why.
So let's check out what Brendon's doing at the Centrelink office. Looking for a job. Of course, he hasn't been renewed next year. He won't be driving for Toro Rosso. You've heard it here first.
According to Adam.
So that's unfortunate for him. But the backup plan is he goes to Centrelink, speaks to Marjorie. Marjorie normally has the board full of jobs, and she's pretty good. And let's see what he comes up with today. So let's cross there now. Hello, Brendon. It's Marjorie at Centrelink. How are you today?
Oh, g'day, Marjorie. I don't know why you have to announce that you're at Centrelink. I'm here.
I know. Just nice to be formal because I'm well-trained. We're very well-trained at Centrelink.
You are very professional. I'll give you that.
Thank you, Brendon. How did you go in Brazil, by the way? You joined the Brazilian gang, I think we had you. You didn't die. That's good news.
No, I didn't die. I stole some stuff. I killed 3 people.
Okay.
And I did okay in the race. My teammate was a bit of an asshole, not letting me past. But he finally allowed me to go past. And then Sainz got him as well. So he was 2 places behind me.
So you did quite well then in Formula One this week.
I think I did. We'll see if my employers will renege on the contract for next year. I'm hopeful. Of course, I've got nothing else planned at the moment.
Yeah, you're very hopeful. Well, unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I have told you this all year. They won't be renewing your contract, Brendon. This is why they've sent you here
I
to
really
Centrelink.
don't like you, Marjorie.
It's okay, Marjorie. We're here to help at Centrelink. So have a look at the job board. Take a look. See if there's anything you like up there.
I don't like anything. I want to drive for Toro Rosso.
Oh, it's not an option, unfortunately. Okay, so Abu Dhabi. Let's take a look. You can be a, a Sharia law police officer. Barging into people's apartments.
I don't really know the laws.
Oh, well, you can't masturbate in your hotel when you're watching Formula One.
What's the point of watching F1 if you're not going to masturbate? Gets me excited.
It sure does. Okay, another option on the board is... Oh, this might tickle your fancy. We've got camel racing.
Oh, I heard racing. What was that?
Camel racing.
Camels?
Camels.
Like the smooth cigarettes?
No. Not the smooth cigarettes.
They go down a treat.
Sponsoring that wonderful podcast, F1 podcast, which we can't mention for legal reasons.
Of course.
The animal.
The
bovine.
You know,
Is it a bovine?
The humpy animal.
Yeah, the humpy ones with the fat storage hump. So there's a job for a camel. And we need to get
You want me to be a camel?
No.
Is this some kind of pantomime camel?
No. We need someone to prepare the camel for the annual Abu Dhabi camel race.
Some kind of jockey? Do I get to race and sit on it?
Oh, no. Unfortunately, you're not qualified to race it. It's you're much too slow to be riding on a camel. Yeah, you're not fast enough, unfortunately. That job is be taken by a 70-year-old woman.
You just sit at your desk.
70-year-old woman will
You don't know anything about fast.
Racing that camel, and you will unfortunately be just cleaning it up a little bit, just cleaning the back, the rear, lifting the tail, washing it out, just getting it prepped and ready to race.
I thought that'd be something Sebastian Vettel be into.
Oh, he
Maybe
loves
he could do
it.
that in his off-season.
He sure loves that. Oh, we can't get him away from the camels from the rear end.
What's that job up there? Does that say a sand coma?
Sand coma. That's
See,
what it says. Yeah.
Is that like long jump? at the Olympics where
No.
you just comb the sand?
No, that's exactly... Yeah, it's combing the sand in preparation for tourists to sit down on it.
So that's desert combing.
Yeah.
That sounds like a full-time job.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Stable.
Yep. There's always a lot of work for it.
Mm.
Would you like to do that instead of being camel racing?
Oh, I think I could. What if I put the comb behind the camel?
Incorporate the two at the one time.
Mm.
That's clever. Okay, tell you what. Let me speak to my supervisor.
Because then I'll get 2 pay packets.
Okay. Jen, can we combine the two? We can. Yes, we can.
Oh, thanks, Jen. I like you, Jen.
You're welcome.
So,
She's very aggressive.
she's a bit aggressive. She's angry. So, okay, we're going to combine the two.
Unlike you, passive-aggressive
Sand.
bitch.
You'll be sand combing behind the camel while preparing it for racing.
Sounds good. It's like when runners would put a tyre behind them
Yes.
and cause a bit of friction so they get
That's
a good bit of...
right.
Oh, see? Look at me. I should be...
You're very good.
I was meant for this.
Yep. You
I was
certainly
meant
were-
for Formula 1,
I tell you what,
but this will have to do.
you certainly make a good sand comber and camel prepper compared to a Formula 1 driver.
So did you call me a camel fluffer?
That's
what do I have to do?
Oh, just you just get them in the mood. Yeah, normally you wear something provocative. Just maybe some, just your G-string. Just wander around in your briefs. Just wander around.
I
and
don't
then-
look good in a G-string, I'll tell you that right
Well,
now.
I'll let the camel be the judge of that.
Mm.
And that was Finding a Job with Brendon.
Took a horrible twist at the end there, didn't
It's
it?
just a horrible
Brendan Hartley in a G-string.
It's
He's
just
all arm and legs.
It's just a horrible segment.
He's such a lean fella.
Isn't
it
he?
wouldn't be pretty.
There's nothing of him. Wow.
Maybe in a suit he'd look good, but in a G-string...
It'd just be like a... No, he wouldn't look good in a suit either, would he?
I think he scrubs up pretty good in a suit.
Be like a coat hanger. Just be like hanging off him.
Yeah. Maybe he could be a runway model.
There you go. They've got to be pretty skinny.
Very lean.
We've got some great effing one ideas to make Formula One great again.
Is that for us to come back for season 2?
Season 2? See, that's next year. Season 2. We are always challenging ourselves to make Formula One great again. Let's throw a couple of ideas around. What could we possibly do to spice it up a little bit? We've had a couple of suggestions already. We've had the water balloon over the pit straight, where if it gets a bit boring, people in the stands can just vote or individually drop their balloon. Maybe there's a bit of string that's connected to that balloon and just drops on the straight. Throws a little bit of slipperiness in there. What about local kids in the community getting together, making a big presentation with an oversized Max Verstappen pinata, and kids could take the whacking stick and just smack it, headbutt it, lolly spray everywhere, kids gather them up. Nice little way to start the Grand Prix off. What do you think of those two?
So maybe there's driver numbers inside the pinata.
Oh,
So when it falls out,
yeah.
then whichever kids pick them up, that's like one kid will just pick it up and that's pole position.
Oh, right.
So the kids have numbers on their back and they just pick one out
Nice.
and then they open it up like a World Cup draw.
Yep.
And they look at, this is 44
44.
in position number 20, so he'll start at the back of
Out of the back of the grid.
I like that.
That's clever. Yeah.
Bit random.
All in a pinata.
Makes Saturday completely irrelevant in terms of qualifying.
There's no qualifying. It's just kids smacking a giant Max Verstappen pinata to find out where you're going to start on the grid. That's
Would the pinata change driver? Or is it always Max Verstappen?
It's always Max. Yeah, because you just want to... I mean, if there's one driver you want to beat the shit out of, it's Max Verstappen, isn't it?
If you could fight one Formula One driver, who would it be?
Max Verstappen. Okay, here's another one. Every TV remote control around the world has a Max Verstappen button on it. So you're watching Formula One and say Max does something stupid. He says something stupid on the radio. Like, I'm going to headbutt that guy. I'm going to find him afterwards. Or this fucking engine, blah, 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 beep, beep, beep. Or he crashes. Anytime he does anything stupid, you hit the Max Verstappen button. And and a little electric shock goes straight to Max Verstappen's testicles.
What? What about like if there's one of those punching extendo gloves?
Yep.
Maybe he just comes out of the center of the steering wheel and just punches him in the helmet as he's driving.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just see the onboard of this glove. Just maybe it comes out of the halo and just bops him in the head.
Pops him in the nose. I like that. That's a good one.
If I was to have a fight, I would choose Ocon because he looks like a bit of a pushover.
He wasn't he? Literally a pushover.
Yeah.
Max literally just got his index finger and pushed him off the weigh scale.
Because I think there's some guys in there like Lewis and Ricardo who actually do a bit
Street fighters.
Yeah,
Street fighting.
They do a bit of fight training.
Arakan style.
The
Greco-Roman wrestling.
I think Ocon, I think he'd be easy
soft.
takedown. When we see him in the grid, we'll challenge him to a fight.
What about... Yeah. What about we have teammates fight each other? There we go. An arm wrestle.
Maybe for...
Maybe a quiz.
All right. Let's do who would win in a fight out of these drivers.
Yeah.
Who would win out of Lewis and Bottas?
In a what? A fight?
Yeah.
Oh, Lewis.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Kimi and Vettel.
Kimi every day of the week. Kimi Räikkönen. He's high on vodka. He's unstoppable.
Daniel and Max.
Daniel, by far.
How would he take him down?
Oh, he'd just tell Max he's a bad driver, and Max would start screaming and crying.
I reckon he'd get
having a tantrum.
I reckon he'd get him into chokehold.
Yep.
He'd want to choke him out. I think that'd be Daniel's move.
I'd love to see that.
Hulkenberg and Sainz.
Hulkenberg and Sainz. Hulkenberg, for sure.
Oh, I reckon Sainz.
Too
but
lazy.
Hulkenberg has good
Too
reach.
lazy. Spanish.
Hulkenberg, he's having a siesta. No, it's time to fight.
That was snooze.
All right, Magnussen and Grosjean.
Magnussen for sure.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He's
the Great
little
Dane.
fucker.
Oh, he refused. Like you watch him drive, that's how he's going to fight.
Yeah, he'll lure him into a false sense of security with Grosjean and then just punch him in the throat.
Totally.
He looks like a throat puncher, Magnussen.
Yep, he'll punch Grosjean in the ovaries for sure.
Ocon and the Tijuana Tussler. I think that's really quite an easy one there.
Ocon and the Tijuana Tussler. Oh, the Tijuana.
The Mexican street fighter.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
He'll be dressed up as one of those Mexican wrestlers in the full themed outfit.
And Ocon will come out in a beret.
Yeah, a little beret and a...
His ass kicked.
One of those
stripy black and white shirt.
long cigarette filters.
Sorokin and Stroll.
Sorokin and Stroll. Oh, Sorokin, for sure. Oh, mate, those Ruskies. They're trained. They're
trained bear fighters.
Up in Siberia.
Yeah,
they know how to...
You know how Stroll fights? He just throws money at it.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does. He goes, what would it take for me to buy you to not hit me in the face? Daddy would like to give you a check for $1 million. Please don't hit me. Daddy, we need more money.
Daddy,
bring the suitcase. Bring the pony full of money in its asshole.
Here's one.
Yes.
Brendon Hartley and the Gas Man.
Brendon Hartley and the Gas Man. This is the closest matchup we've seen all day.
This would be a good matchup.
This is a close matchup. Oh, I'm going to say it's a draw.
Oh,
it's they're both tapping out.
They both get exhausted from slapping each other.
Yep. I can't see a winner in this fight.
Marcus Ericsson and Charles Leclerc.
Oh, the stay-at-home Viking every day of the week.
I think Marcus would have him in a fight, but I think with Leclerc's superior way of talking, and he's from Monaco, so he can just talk anyone out of any situation. And they'd both be sitting down.
That's true.
And probably holding each other in an embrace that I think Leclerc could talk anyone out of a fight. He just has that. You don't want to punch him. You just want to sit there and go, I don't want to be around this bloke.
But I think the stay-at-home Viking would open up the Doritos at some stage.
Oh,
and when he's powered by Doritos,
it's like spinach.
It's like spinach. He's like Popeye. I am the stay-at-home Viking. You've been trying to talk me out of this for ages, and now I'm going to destroy you.
Yeah, it would come to a point where
he would suddenly realize
once the Doritos are open.
Yeah.
Leclerc goes, hey, let's have some Doritos to celebrate our unity. And
then immediately goes, what have I done?
Yeah.
What have I done?
Out comes the
spinach,
Viking.
the Popeye.
And he uses the Dorito dust and throws it in his eyes.
Yeah.
So
like a boxer
Dorito
and
dust
the chalk
gets
and the boxer.
everywhere.
Yeah, just can't get that stuff out of your
And
clothes.
the final one.
Oh, there's another one.
McLaren. They're a very forgetful team this year. Fernando Alonso and Stoffel Van Dorn.
It's got to be the cagey, crafty Alonso.
Oh, yeah.
He knows how to win, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He'll find a way.
I think he'd just kneecap you and then walk away.
He'd be letting off so much steam after so many bad years of Formula One. He wouldn't stop. He'd go, okay, Alonso, you've really... Okay, stop now. You can stop. No, he's still going to town.
Yeah. I reckon he'd just be quick. He'd come in, kneecap you, then sit in his deck chair and get some rays.
Yep, I think you're right.
So that was out of nowhere.
That was...
Hypothetical.
That suddenly got very violent, didn't it? I feel like there's a lot of violence.
I think for some...
Yeah.
The losers.
Community service for Max Verstappen, Luke. He's not had his 2 days of community service, but he'll have to take it after that little push and shove or pokey poke, slap with Ocon. What would you... We did bring this up in the last podcast. We just flagged it. What would you like to see Max Verstappen do for 2 days of community service?
I would, firstly, just for this weekend, I think they need a giant chalkboard and say, I will not slap after the race. And he just has to write it like 1,000 times. A million
Clever.
times, yeah.
Like a naughty boy
He
at
can't
school.
get in the car until he's written all his lines.
Good call.
On a
I
Sunday.
like that. I like that a lot. What about cleaning portaloos? That's been thrown up in the air before.
Oh, they're sparkling from Brendon. I don't think there's a point.
There's no point, is there?
Plus,
Plus, he'll do a really rubbish job because he's never cleaned anything. He's just silver spoon the whole way. He's just never worked a day in his life. What about Drive for Williams?
I'm getting a vibe you don't like Max.
No, I love Max.
Oh,
It's good to
Drive
have-
for Williams.
It's good to have a
that'd be
bad
terrible.
guy. You need to have,
So he's your villain.
he's my villain.
Yeah.
He's my Dick Dastardly out there.
Who's my villain?
Hamilton.
He's won me over a
Yeah.
little bit late, but early in the season, especially that German Grand Prix. Oh,
He has charmed us slightly, though.
full time wanted to punch him in the teeth.
Yeah, when he starts,
When he put his arms out,
yeah, when he does
douche
that,
the Redeemer. That's what I
Yeah,
called him
he's
after
just-
that race.
he just turns into a bit of a dick, doesn't he?
But man, how boring is he going to have Bottas next year?
Yeah. What about driving for Williams? That's punishment.
That's pretty low.
Driving Dan Ricciardo's car. That's probably that's
pretty
even
bad.
lower. All the shit bits that your car doesn't need anymore. What about spending 2 days?
What
with
if they swap Fernando Alonso and Verstappen just for one race?
that'd be
Verstappen, here's your
amazing.
community service. Go back to McLaren. Fernando, step in to the
for
Red
your
Bull
last
for the weekend.
race? Here's your chance to win before you go.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, that would be amazing. God, that'd be good. What about how's this for punishment? Max has to spend 2 days with the world's most boring people. Jos Verstappen and Helmut Marko. Just hang out for 2 days with Jos Verstappen and Helmut Marko.
Pretty bad. I wouldn't want to do it.
Who would want to do that?
Yeah.
That's horrible. No, you couldn't do that to your worst enemy. You couldn't. Anyway.
Put him in a Abu Dhabi prison for 6 months. Take that.
Yeah. That's a good point. Anything else, Luke?
Anything
Before
else?
we head off?
We're going to take a look at Kimi.
We didn't say good day to Kimi.
We're
The
going to
porthole.
take a look in.
Let's take a look at the porthole because it's opening up. Like a small, supple wormhole.
This is your intro, man. I'm letting you roll with it.
It's just weird. I got lost.
You did.
I
You got supple and you're like, I need to go on with
don't know
this.
where do I go from there. Where do you say after the word supple? What can you possibly follow with? This is
Silence.
which is what we did. At home with Kimi, where we take a look at the porthole which is opening up in front of us. Kimi Räikkönen, the world's greatest.
Can you see him?
I can see him right now. Can you see that?
No.
I can just. Oh no, that's not him.
There's a lot of people there, but they're not moving.
Let's see if we can get some audio.
Right, let's turn up
Hang
the
on.
audio.
Oh. 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 Paw. 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 Is he asleep?
I think he's passed out.
What is he doing? What is he doing?
I think he's passed
asleep.
out.
He's
There's
passed
a lot
out.
of bottles in
There's
there.
a lot of empty bottles of vodka. Oh, he's got his Sauber training manual in front of him. He's fallen asleep with his
He's
Sauber.
drooling all over
He's
it.
drooling all over it. There you go. Let's just get one little final bit of audio from him if we can. Listen in closely. Oh, Sauber. Yeah, Sauber. And that was
At Home with Kimi. Oh, he had a big night.
Wow. Getting ready for the big drive next year.
Yeah.
Sauber. One final drive for him.
Passed out with Kimi.
That's its new name, I think. Before we go,
If that was a segment every
passed
week.
out with Kimi.
He's just.
It's just a different location.
Guys.
Always swimming in a sea of empty bottles at a different location around the world. And that's all we do. I mean, that's going to be probably next year. We're just going to... That's what he'd be doing next year, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
In between races, he'd just be drunk.
Yeah.
Can't
Doesn't need to take that seriously. He's in Sauber. He's not going
getting paid
anywhere.
a shitload to do nothing to get drunk. Okay, well, before we go, big thanks to Mrs. Luke.
Thanks, Mum.
Your mum, affectionately known as Mrs. Luke, for the wonderful spread. She's been cooking all night. And what a wonderful bunch of Middle Eastern treats we've got here in front of us. We've got some hummus, some baklava. We've got some lamb, couscous, just delicious. Thank you, Mrs. Luke. What's that over there? What's that?
I don't know.
It's,
I'm afraid to go near it.
Yeah. It's like a...
Let's just say it's ornamental.
I hope it's not edible.
It doesn't look edible.
Doesn't look palatable.
It looks penisy.
A little bit phallic. It looks a little bit...
Surprised Pete hasn't put a bet on it.
Don't give him any ideas. He's going to grab that thing and go to town. He would take the last $10 from our slush fund. He'd be down to the cockfights in no time.
There's not much slush in this fund.
No, there's not. There's nothing left. He keeps gambling away on dirty cocks. So, yes, Abu Dhabi is next. Abu Dhabi, I should say. Not Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is next. Meet you back here for the final wrap-up. It's going to be the final podcast for effing one.
I'm gonna miss
Hasn't
you.
come soon enough for most of our listeners. Hasn't come soon enough.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for bearing with us. Thanks for just, sticking around and making your way through this nonsense. This absolute season full of nonsense. I can't wait to do our final one. It's going to be emotional. Are we going to do anything special? Are we going to be dressing up?
We'll make some shit up again.
More? Oh, by the way, congratulations on your Lawrence of Arabia outfit.
Thank you.
Through the whole podcast.
Your belly dancing outfit's more belly than dance.
It's a lot of belly in my erotic belly dancing outfit.
It's erotic for someone. Not for me.
Not for me either. So I think Pete's enjoying it though. Look at Pete's face.
He's licking his lips.
Or is that the hummus?
Little column A, a little column B.
Meet you back here for the wrap-up of Abu Dhabi, my good man, the FE1 podcast in a couple of days' time. Get hold of us at comments. FE1 Twitter
Number
page.
one podcast.
Number one. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Thank you, Adam.
Let's get into it.